What would be your rational appeal to people in the political environment to say to them, like, just listen to us a little bit more?
Well, I think the point is that you have tremendous knowledge, experience, and capabilities in these companies to help economies grow. And if you agree that we have the right amount of capital, liquidity, and the activities and everything are right, then we ought to be sitting there saying, how can we actually cause economic activity? We're making more small business loans than we've ever made, but it doesn't appear to be enough. Right. And so how do we, without swinging the pendulum back to where we actually have real damage, because it's no good to overlend, it's no good for people to overborrow, it's no good for the ramifications, but moving along. And I think if you sat down and said, let's figure out how we can get the banking system to support a stronger fundamental growth rate in the economy, especially for mid-sized companies and stuff, I think that's the
right. What would be the one or two things that you recommend for that goal?
Well, I think most of what I recommend is not for the banking system. It's actually for the companies. We have to have certainty to tax policy. We have to have certainty to immigration, because the American population needs to be growing in order for our economy to grow in the U.S. And we need certainty in tax policy and trade and all this stuff. And right now you just have tremendous uncertainty. So as these CFOs would be, and as my CFO, Paul Benoffer, is, at the end of the day, you're trying to, if I say model out this investment, and I ask you to give me 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, or whatever period of time, it is hard to figure out what the world will look like. Just like it always was on economics and stuff like that, but the final demand debate, most companies take that every day. What they're missing is the rules of the road between here and there. Right. And so and then, then in the world right now that's going on around, that goes on in the US, so I think it's more removing the barriers to the economic activity these CFOs represent, and less about doing something in the banking industry, and then we can be there to support it.
Okay.